Today, I had two classes combined. So I had the freshman technique class, so they're studying modern dance technique. And then I had a core of sophomores, juniors, and seniors who are taking a dance kinesiology course. So two perspectives. I wanted them to mix together. The freshmen right now, we're in a swing space. We don't have a dedicated dance space, so they're learning about site-specific dance and dancing in alternate environments. And so this was a perfect merging to show that any environment could be a movement environment. And then the dance kinesiology cohort, I wanted them to have that same experience, but a couple of other points is we just finished upper extremity, and in dance we use port de bras and inversions and partnering, but to really understand how the upper extremity is involved in moving through an environment, but also from a movement analysis point, so they could see this improvised, explosive, in-the-moment movement, and what does it take? What is the core strength? What is the execution? Both on their own bodies and this freshman population who they don't get to see dance all the time. So they got to see another set of bodies moving. Why parkour? First, what I stated a little bit about the site-specific. Parkour is site-specific to the extreme, and we're really focusing on that in our department right now because we don't have a theater or proscenium base while we're in renovation. But I also think there's something fully relevant about the hyperphysicality and the improvisation and the creative choice. From a performance standpoint, I really am drawn to the idea of risk, because we talk about risk as dancers and as performers, but there's something about physical danger, like finding that readiness and staying within that range, that can also teach you about vulnerability and performance choices. So I thought there's a lot of exciting overlap. And quite selfishly, I don't know a lot about parkour other than what I've seen and read. I got to embody it on a certain level and think about, oh, what could I do with this? So yeah, there are lots of agenda items.
We're now going to move outside. We're going to do, as I said, you've had lots of opportunity now to practice your movement in various different forms, okay? We're going to go outside now, and it's not going to be pre-planned or prescripted, okay? It's simply going to be follow the leader, and you simply move through the environment how you can. Keep in mind, outside we don't have nice floors, and we have things like, sharp edges of concrete, hard metal, weird shaped trees. All of it's fair game, and you'll probably go through all of it. You might have to climb up a wall, all this sort of stuff. You might get some scrapes and bruises, just being straight up, okay? So take your time, try to keep momentum. If you can't do something that the coach has done or the person in front of you has done, find your way around it. Again, there's no goal, there's no point system, it's just your movement, okay? So find the way to adapt your body and your strength to the environment and play. Have some fun with it, okay?
The students responded very favorably. At first I think they were a little reticent, just like, okay. And I thought, oh, okay, there's some similarity. They had overlaps so that they could climb in, and then they started to have fun and they felt the play. And then they started to get tired and they felt the limits of what their physicality. And so this idea of rigor and a physical training practice that has a whole range inside of it. As we were just leaving now, they were taking photographs with the coaches, and I think they had really had a lot of fun. For me as a generative artist, I'm really curious about finding a way to get the funding and support to collaborate with the parkour practitioner, so have him or her come in and train with me and a body of dancers that I've chosen to work with, and develop over time so that we see these possibilities, whether it's in a main stage or a site-specific work, but then use that agility and that access to craft a piece of choreography and say, okay, this is what I'd really like to do to really take advantage of the contemporary trends for being really physical and visceral and having these experiences, but maybe building a set, that's a parkour set, playing with, or just choosing sets that are possible. But I love the idea of translating it, putting it back in the proscenium, and just seeing what is possible or limiting about doing that.
It was great. It was a lot of fun. It was really hard though.
Really fun. And I feel like I got a workout.
It was awesome.
Great. I loved it.
It was fun. It was so much fun. It's a good experience. Yeah. I have to be really in shape to do this.
There's a lot more styles out there to try, and I want to try this more.
The athleticism for sure.
And it helps me trust my body more.
Yeah.
Just go with it.
Test our limits.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I felt like a ninja.